What's going on, guys? It's your boy WattsTV, man. I'm triggered. My brother sent me this on Twitter, and I'm just going to give you guys a backstory, and then we're just going to get into the video, and then we are going to pretty much deconstruct what is said in this video, and I'm going to have a rebuttal for literally everything that this person says within this video. All right, because a lot of this really did trigger me, like, for real. So just to give you guys a backstory. All right, so there was a post on Twitter about a woman who was being harassed by a guy because she turned him down. So she turned him down, she rejected him. So to make a long story short, he was saying a bunch of wild shit to her. He was disrespecting her. He was threatening her, etc., 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 stalking her. Like, it got worse and worse and worse. And when she posted, like, the thread, it was like an entire thread of just information and evidence of this guy basically being a piece of shit towards this woman. And in this tweet, she says this is a thread of what happens when you reject men. There were a lot of comments after that from men that said, yo, like, I'm sorry this happened to you. Like, this is egregious. This is horrible. He's a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. But can you please not say all men? Because that's not the case. All men are not like this, which I would have to agree. Now, same. I'm so sorry all of that happened to you. Honestly, I wouldn't have left a comment at all because I understand this is a traumatic experience for her, whatever. I understand. But I cannot blame when a man pretty much tries to defend themselves. Like, I completely understand, right? So yeah. So as a result, another woman posted this video from a chick on TikTok, and she has something to say about men. And without further ado, let's just get into a few things. All right, let's just get into it.
And I have 2 relevant degrees from Harvard on this.
Hold on. Let's stop right there. Let's read what she said. She said, I specifically studied gender-based trauma, and I have 2 relevant master degrees from Harvard on this. This doesn't mean dog shit to me. Just because you have a PhD, a master's, whatever, that doesn't make you more credible than anybody else. Especially if you do not give me any valid information. Matter of fact, let's go back to the last video. Let's use what's his name? Let's use Joe Kort. You remember Joe Kort? I remember Joe Kort. Let's use Joe Kort as an example. You know who he is. If you guys would like to see my Joe Kort video, then please do me a favor and click the link down below. This was the same guy that said straight men can have gay sex and not be gay. This was the same man, and guess what? He also has a PhD. I can have a PhD in anatomy, but if I tell you that whenever I sneeze, there's a possibility of monkeys flying out of my ass, I will still be wrong. Even though I have my PhD, I will still be incredibly wrong because that's just not not true, and that's not logical. That's not science. That's physically impossible. Ridiculous.
On this, let's talk about men who say, not all men. This behavior comes from 3 sources. First, this is a male pick-me behavior. Oh, I understand there are men out there who are acting in abusive ways, but I'm not one of them. I'm one of the good guys. That's a total delusion, by the way.
So it's a delusion that I'm not a piece of shit? That's delusional. So what you are saying is that all men are the same. If one of us has the ability to act like that, then we all have the ability to act like that. What you are doing, you're generalizing us. And also, let me say this. If I'm not out here terrorizing, raping, pillaging, attacking, disrespecting women in any type, way, shape, or form, then I don't think I'm that bad of a guy. So if I do none of these things, then how am I delusional? Please help me understand. I don't, because I really don't understand. Help me understand.
In a patriarchy, everyone has internalized misogyny, sexism, and oppressive ways to treat women.
Okay, let's go back. Also, a friend pointed this out to me. She's speaking in absolutes right now. She said, in a patriarchy, everyone has internalized misogyny and sexism. So if you guys don't know what a patriarchy is, it's basically a society where men hold the power, right? You can pretty much argue that the United States is a patriarchy, and you would probably have a good argument. But here's the thing. Not everyone thinks like this, and I don't like that she's talking in absolutes. She's in a patriarchy. Everyone has internalized misogyny and sexism. That's not true. And first of all, even if we do live in a patriarchy, I never had patriarchal thoughts or ways. Now that I think about it, so when I grew up, even my own household wasn't a patriarchy. Like, my dad wasn't the one that would come in and you know, he was the man and he had to bring home the bacon while the woman stayed home and cooked, and that was all that she was ever good for. No. First of all, my parents usually throughout their careers, they always pretty much made around the same amount of money. And also, whenever something would go down, so even if I even had to ask for something from my parents, I would always ask my mom first, because my mom was the dominant one in the house. If she said no to something, that means no. My dad was super lax, super chill. He would say yes before her, but if he said yes, it wouldn't make a difference because she was going to say no. So if he said yes and she said no, then it would still be no. Like, I didn't even grow up with patriarchal ideas. So everybody doesn't necessarily think like this. And I hate that she's talking in absolutes like this, because this is not true. She's literally putting all of us in this box. Also, males and females both have, quote, pick-me behavior. Look at All-Star Weekend. All these girls go out for All-Star Weekend. At the end of February, beginning of March, whenever that shit starts, they go out for All-Star Weekend, just hoping to get chosen by a ball player, a celebrity, or whatever. They want to get chosen by somebody with some money or status. All right? Now, is that not pick-me behavior? These girls this year in Atlanta could not find hotels, so you know what they did? They got a fucking U-Haul and slept in it, just so that they can participate in NBA All-Star Weekend. Tell me, is this not pick-me behavior? Both men and women exhibit this, so please tell me, what the fuck are you talking about? And also, here's the thing about, quote, pick-me behavior. I'm going to put it as simply as this. Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you aren't in a relationship, or if you aren't married already, how are you supposed to get into something if you don't have this or any type of, quote, pick-me behavior? When you get into something new, you usually like put yourself up. You put your best foot forward. And the other person does the same exact thing for both female and male. So again, what are you talking about?
Need to control women's voices. Notice how they are tone policing women far more than they're mad at those men who are abusing, harassing, and raping women, who are giving rest of the men a bad name.
All right, so here's the thing. Anytime a woman details a horrific event that a man has put them through, I sympathize with it. I empathize with them. I denounce it, and I will never stand for it. I will never stand for any type of abuse, whether it's physical or verbal. I denounce it. And I always will. I have to be careful with my words here. But when someone says, this is why all men are trash, or something along those lines, you are going to be pretty naive to think that a man isn't going to want to defend themselves, because you are pretty much generalizing an entire gender. You're saying that all males are trash. So you, like I said, you will be pretty naive to think that some people will not take offense to what you said. We aren't more horrified at the fact that, or at least I'm not, I can't speak for everybody else. We aren't more horrified at the fact that you said that. We are still disgusted by what you went through, but you are putting us at the same category as the guy that you dealt with, and that's not necessarily the case. But yeah, you would be pretty naive to think someone who isn't a piece of shit wouldn't take some sort of offense to that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm up in arms in people's comments and, you know, terrorizing them in any type of way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if somebody feels a type of way because you're generalizing an entire group. We are not trying to tone police you. We're not trying to say what you can and can't say. I don't know. A lot of guys just don't want to be generalized as a piece of shit before you even get to know them, and I completely understand that.
Number 3, male superiority complex. This would relate to the male pick-me behavior. Oh, I understand there will be awful men out there like who will abuse and rape and harass you and oppress you, but I'm not one of them. If you depend on me to protect you from male violence, you'll be good. That instills in women a fear of independence, that the real solution to the male violence is another man. That's not true, by the way.
For the love of God. All right. Again, I'm confused. When I'm in a relationship, and me being who I am, whether it's because I'm a man or whatever, isn't it natural for you to want to protect your significant other? This has nothing to do with patriarchal thoughts. If I have an ability to protect my woman, then I'm going to do so. I don't understand like what the issue is with that. I'm not I'm not taking away her independence because I'm willing to protect her. I'm not even, my woman doesn't even need me. She doesn't need me, but if she is in a situation, I'm sure she would like for me to help her. I'm sure. I just would protect anyone that I love or care for. So you telling me if I see a group of 3 dudes just jump her ass, just jump her, just beating her, just beating the hell out of her, you want me to do nothing? Like, oh no, she's strong, she independent woman, you better woman up. You better woman up. Like you expect me to act like that? No. Obviously, I'm going to help you. That just goes without saying. That doesn't mean that I'm taking like a woman's independence away. That's stupid. I don't even understand that correlation. Yeah, I just wanted to. I thought that it was interesting because it really pissed me off. It really fucking pissed me off. Yeah, my main issue with this video in particular is that she wasn't speaking facts. She says she has her master's from Harvard, and she didn't give me any numbers, any statistics, any studies. She didn't give any links that I could follow up and read up on this stuff. She was just saying this shit like I was supposed to believe her. Bro, I don't know you. No, that's not how life works. You gave me no type of that, and that is not how you present an argument at all. That is not how you present an argument. So if you're whenever you retweet people and you repeat people, make sure you look up these things first, because this is not a strong argument at all. How did you guys feel about this conversation? Did you agree with anything that she said? Do you agree with anything that I said? Then please do me a favor and leave a comment down below. Also, please do me a favor and do not forget to share, like, and subscribe to the video. It really helps out with the channel, guys. I appreciate you. And don't forget to follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/watts_TV94. And yeah, guys, that was the video. I appreciate everybody for watching. It's your boy WattsTV, and I'm out. Peace.